Yo, a lot of people will say that they already know. I've seen people say that they, I'll say things and they'll be like, they already know. That's one of the funniest things to me because there's nothing new under the sun. All information that you're getting, people already knew it. That's the first thing. Second is that all information that's being given, everybody does not know it. So it's funny to me for people to say, oh, I already knew, because that's more embarrassing. If you already knew and you broke, it's hilarious, right? There's certain things that as soon as I find them out, I capitalize off of them. I'm great with information. As soon as I get information, as soon as I'm told something, I capitalize off of it. And I know a lot of people who they know things and they do nothing with it. Sometimes it's because they just choose not to, and sometimes it's because they don't know how to apply the information that they're being given. That's really the biggest thing. You can know information all you want. They call it like mental masturbation. You just watch all these videos, but what are you doing with it? Are you applying it? Has it become practical in your life, right? And then there's also a lot of the things that I speak on, you would think is common knowledge, but I'm also, it's funny, there's a certain person I'm talking to. And the people I'm talking to are the people who don't know. You have the older demographic, the people who are 40s and 50s. And I don't speak to a certain age. I speak to a certain person. I speak to people who don't have knowledge, and I share knowledge with people who don't have it. So I know that a lot of times it's the older generation, and it's people who are not of, I guess you would say, the what people are taught in some cultures. Like in my culture, we grow up knowing certain things. Where I'm from, we grow up knowing certain things, and we don't know the other side of it, or we don't know how it's applied. Somebody could be selling drugs and they don't understand how that's business, how that's economics, how that can be applied in a certain thing. Somebody might know how to get attention, but they don't understand that that's marketing. And that's who I speak to. I speak to the people who don't know. And it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious. It always makes me laugh when people are like, yo, I already knew that. And it's like, yeah, so for one, I'm not talking to you. And two, it's kind of sad. I'm still broke. There's a guy, Alex Hormozi. He has built his entire career basically off of sharing information that already exists. All information already exists. It's already here. It's out. It's been here for years. And even things that are new, like new things, they're not really new. They're just new remixes on old things. Then new manifestations or new like rearrangements of the same thing. Social media is just TV. Virtual reality is just an augmented version of reality. Like, it's all the same thing. And yeah, Alex Hormozi has built a whole career off that. A lot of the information that I have gotten and that has benefited me and has made me money from Alex Hormozi, it was all like stuff that was already here. He learned it in a classroom or from experience of going through certain things, and now I'm learning it from him by him speaking it, and 50,000 people knew it before him. Millions of people knew it before him. So that's the first part of it. I also don't want people to get so caught up on what people usually get caught up on, of saying like, yo, I don't want to do this because somebody's already done it. People have already done it. I don't want to say this because of this, or I might be stealing information. It's all out there. What we pay for is your experience and your spin on what it is that you do and what it is that you know. I can learn that, and it's also the expedience of it, of you actually giving me information so I won't have to go and find it. You packaged it and put it into a small, like, basically area and giving it to me, handed it to me, rather than me searching around. When I want to know something, I'm glad when I can just find it in one area, right? When I listen to Alex Hormozi and I listen to what he has to say and I listen to him explain things, he's giving me information that I could have gone to school for, I could have searched around for, I could have scoured the earth for. I'm getting it all in one place from him, and I'm getting it in the type of way that I would want it. We look at the analogy of food. I could get a burger anywhere, but there's certain people who would make it the right way. I could make my own burger, but I don't want to make my own burger because I don't feel like doing it. I want it just made for me, all right? I want somebody else to do the work, and that's it. These are all the same things. I'm so happy that my mind works that way. It just does, where I'm able to break things down to their simplest form and then see how these things are the same as everything. And now everything's kind of like interconnected. There's a lot of people who can't do that. And that is the service that I provide to people. And being able to explain to you how a business is like a bagel, right? Or like how social media is like a pizza. Like those things, that's what people pay you for. People pay you for your intellectual ability, intellectual property a lot of times. Just being you. And that's always so hard for people to do, is just be yourself. And the reason why that's hard a lot of times is because there's so many other people who don't want you to be yourself. There's so many people who would hate on, there a lot of times in my comments, they would hate on who you are. They would say, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Oh, you got fake hair. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got that. And it's like, bro, who said I can't do this? Why can't I be myself? Why can't I do that? And that's what restricts, like, us moving forward as a society, as a race, as a culture, is about people expressing themselves and about people being themselves and doing things differently, right? And then you have an entire section of society that's like, no, don't do things differently. Don't progress as a human being. Don't do any of that. Don't voice your opinion. Have the same opinion as everybody else because we have a set criteria and rules to do things by. And that's a crazy thing to me, that there are people who are just like, yo, hey, don't do that. That's different. And you're wrong for that. Matter of fact, everybody, let's ridicule this guy for it. It's hilarious to me. It's also very like weird. Like, how do you exist as a person and you do stuff like that? It's just funny to me. But yeah, so that's something to remember as you progress in your business, that like you just gotta do you, man. There's always gonna be people that are gonna tell you that you shouldn't, or tell you how you're doing it wrong, or whatever else. Just keep doing you and being yourself. The thing that's gonna make you the most money, the thing that's gonna make your business the most successful, is setting it apart from the rest. And the best way that you can do that is by being you, because nobody else can be you. Keep going.